Here comes more of it, the new Audi SQ5, which, this time around, will offer UK buyers the option of 300 and something horsepower 6-cylinder petrol or diesel engines. In its first generation, you may remember, this car was Audi's first production model to be powered by its 3.0-liter bi-TDI diesel V6. It was available with a supercharged petrol V6 in other markets, but that version was never offered for sale in the UK. Rarely a firm to repeat a mistake, Audi has observed that petrol power is no barrier to the success of some of the SQ5's key competitors and is launching its second SQ5 with the same 349 bhp 3.0-liter turbocharged petrol V6 you'll find in the current S4 and S5, with a diesel version, for European customers only, to follow. The big question around these parts is whether the inclusion of that petrol engine, and the car's wider performance makeover, makes this a significantly better driverless car than the regular Q5. Although we rated that car for plenty of other reasons, this performance version will have to be a much more engaging prospect if it is going to cut it in this road test. The 2995cc all-aluminium turbo V6 that powers the SQ5 is quite a clever one. It uses Audi's variable valve lift technology to run more efficiently under part loads by effectively shortening the engine's induction stroke and running with a higher compression ratio. Under wide throttle loads, the cam followers run over a different camshaft profile, returning to a longer induction stroke and a more normal compression ratio. And that allows this 1,870 kg SUV to combine a 349 bhp peak power output and a 5.4 seconds 0 to 62 miles per hour claim with claimed combined fuel economy of 34.0 miles per gallon. A 30 bhp power deficit compared with the F-paced 3.0's OS&T prevent the Audi from being marginally superior in both headline figures and 20 grams/km kinder to the sky in CO2 emissions. As before, the SQ5's engine is mated as standard to an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic gearbox, which automatically switches to a freewheeling mode once you take your foot off the accelerator. The transmission feeds Audi's traditional Quattro all-wheel drive system rather than its new, clutch-based Quattro Ultra version. The SQ5's self-locking center differential is nominally biased to the rear end, but also traditionally keen to send most of the torque forwards when it deems it necessary. Vectoring is managed by braking an inside wheel, although a sport differential for the back axle is available, and fitted to our test car, to distribute power from side to side in a more traditional sense. Adaptive dampers are a standard feature of the all-round multi-link chassis, although there is a choice here, too. An S-specific air suspension, another feature of our test car, is available and means that the predominantly road-focused SQ5 comes with the added SUV capability of adjustable ride height. The optional equipment tailoring also extends to the car's steering, which can be had with Audi's actively variable dynamic steering system or with a fixed ratio. Our test car was equipped with the latter. Audi has added sporting garnish to the Q5's cabin in similar ways as it did in transforming the Q7 into the SQ7, but it has created a marginally less stunning interior here. Although classy, our test car's mix of gray leathers, gray Alcantara trims and carbon fiber fillets produced a slightly gloomy cabin ambience made only slightly more special feeling by the inclusion of Audi's quilted sports seats and sports pedals. Audi does offer a lighter gray leather, and a choice of brushed aluminium or piano black inlays, and it is clearly worth taking time to consider the trim options. And yet there are also places where it falls short of Audi's singularly high standards on material finish. One tester observed that the car's roll top looked more shiny and felt more hard than he expected, and likewise the tops of the interior door panels. Another tester felt the cabin air vents look strangely plain. In the rear, passenger space is good, although not exceptional. Our test car's optional panoramic glass sunroof fade into headroom somewhat, leaving enough for adults of average height but no more, and both legroom and cushion length also left a little to be desired for occupants over 6 feet 2 inches. To be fair to Audi, We re at the more compact end of the SUV class here, and some compromise on cabin space is to be expected. Compared with the Macan, the SQ5 is limo-like in its rear quarters accommodation, and it beats both the Macan and the F-Pace we measured on front row headroom, available boot width and boot loading height. The SQ5 offers what is undoubtedly the best infotainment setup available in this particular market niche. You get Audi S8.3 and MMI navigation plus setup as standard, and have to pay extra to get Bang & Olufsen surround audio, virtual cockpit instruments, a head-up display and a wireless phone charger, but none is expensive enough to warrant avoiding it.